Do you know that you as a woman have great influence? That's what we're going to be talking about. And I hope you will join me. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana, and if this is your first time here, I would like to welcome you to Heart for Home. I created this channel with the intent of creating a community where young women can encourage one another spiritually and also in their roles as wives and as mothers. So if this is the kind of content you're interested in, I encourage you to subscribe. I do post videos on a regular basis. Today, I'm going to be talking about the influence that we as women have on those around us. If you are a woman, you have been given influence by God. It is a God-given thing. It's not something that you have to work for. It's not something that, someone gives to you. It's something that you already have. It's something that God has given to us. And I want to go to the very beginning, and I want you to read this verse with me because I think it really brings this point home. So if you can flip with me to Genesis 1, we're going to read from verse 26 to 27. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." When you read that verse, it's obvious that God has given us, both men and women, dominion and power over his kingdom. Over all the earth, over everything he's created, he's given us dominion and power to be able to rule and to reign. And of course we have influence. How can you rule and reign if you don't have influence? And so as women, we've been giving influence from the very beginning, whether we feel like it or not. Because we don't always feel like we have influence or that we can make a difference in the world or that we can impact those around us. But that doesn't mean that it's true just because we don't feel like it, right? Ultimately, God has given it to us, and we have to believe and trust that it is true. One of the ways which we influence those around us is through our words. Words are powerful. And if you read throughout the Bible, that is made very evident that words are powerful, and often our tongues get us in trouble. Because when we speak, sometimes we're very reckless with our words. We don't think about what we're saying. We speak out in anger, we lash out in harsh words with those that we love or with those around us. And our tongue, like the Bible says, is like a little spark that can set a whole forest on fire. Basically, it can be dangerous. Yet, it can also bring a lot of good. Proverbs 12:18 says, "The words of the reckless pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." I think that says it all. When we're reckless with our words, it pierces the soul. It hurts. We can really hurt people with our words as women. I believe that as women, our words are very strong. I also really like this verse in Proverbs, which says, "Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the bones." Once again, there's this emphasis on pleasant words. When we speak good words to those around us, words that are uplifting, it's sweetness to the soul and it's health to the bones. Our words are powerful. They bring health. They bring healing to the heart. When we speak words that uplift, when we speak words of forgiveness, when we speak words of kindness, when we speak words of encouragement, those bring healing to the soul. Simple things like saying thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. You mean a lot to me. I appreciate your efforts. These words might seem simple, but they mean a lot. And they can go a long way in letting those around us know that we do care. And I also believe that with the words that we use in our homes builds the environment in our home. It builds that spirit, that sense of, okay, there's love here. When you think of when you go work for a company, there's always this culture that they want to build, right? In all these companies, they want to build a culture of kindness and respect and acceptance. And how do you build that kind of culture? Well, a lot of it has to do with the words that we say and the tone that we use in our words. And we also have the ability and the power to create a culture in our home, a spirit in the home of kindness, of love. And we build that in many ways. We do so through our words. The other way in which we can influence those around us is through our care. God has given us women hearts that care for those around us. We are caring, and we have a great capacity to care for those around us. And when we care for example, our children, feeding them, cooking for them, buying them clothes, taking care of their physical needs, their emotional needs, and just caring for those around us. It impacts those who are closest to us, our family. And whether you realize it or not, all the effort and the sacrifice and the time that you're putting into caring for the people that you love, those in your home, all those sacrifices that you make matter because it's sending a very strong message. And that message is you are important. You are loved. You are worthy of being cared for. You are valuable to me. Because when we don't care and we do the opposite, we send the opposite message, which is that you don't matter. I don't care for you. You're not valuable. You're not worth my time. So our care as wives, our care as mothers, our care as friends definitely matters and definitely impacts those around us that we love. Another way that we as women influence those around us is through our devotion. I believe that we as women reflect the heart of God in our devotion. It's often the mothers who stay with their children. And God is also a God who is devoted. He's devoted to us. In our good times and our bad times, God is there. And we as women can also show that same devotion to those who around us, who we love, to our children, to our husbands, to our homes, and to the work that God has given us to do. Loving others on a daily basis is not always easy. There are challenges. There are personality differences. There are a lot of things that can make it hard. Yet when we are devoted in the good times and in the bad, we are creating a lasting impact in the hearts and in the minds of those around us. So your devotion, first of all, I want to say, your devotion to your family, to what God has given you in your life is beautiful. You're honoring Him by being there. Because when we're there for those that we love, even in difficult moments, even when it's not easy, that is true love. And that true love is a reflection of the love of God, is a reflection of the character of God. And ultimately, it honors God. We as women can also use our God-given influence to inspire and uplift the men around us. In particular, I think of those who are married and of our husbands. God has given us influence and power to inspire them to want to be better. When we speak words of kindness to them, our love, our devotion, all these things inspire a good man to want to be better. It challenges him to want to rise up and to be a better man for his family and for his wife. Men are inspired by the goodness and the love of women. Songs have been written about it. Movies have been made about it. When a man finds a woman who is good and kind and devoted and who speaks words of life and encouragement, it inspires him and challenges him to rise to the occasion and to be a better man. So let us use our influence also to uplift and inspire the men around us. And at the end of the day, we are all going to be held accountable for the way that we use the power and the influence that God has given us. Ultimately, it's our choice. We have the choice to use that influence for good or for bad. And there are many women who have chosen to use their influence to do evil. And because of their lack of care and attentiveness, they have left a long legacy of pain and heartache behind them. And we as women can also speak harsh words and bring others down and be manipulative and controlling. And I hope for us all who are here that the desire is to be able to stand before God and to know in our hearts that we gave our best. Not perfection, that we gave our best and we tried to do the best we could with the power and influence that God has given us. And we put our faith in His strength to enable us to do good, to enable us to positively impact those He's put in our lives. If you've enjoyed this message, there'll be more coming. And I hope you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Thank you.